Every week, the loudest voices try to drown out the truth.
But we're turning the volume back up.
From hidden agendas
to expose lies.
To the winds that remind us America still has fight left.
And yes, we're diving into the conspiracy theories too. The ones people whisper about until they turn out to be true.
Two hosts, unfiltered opinions.
One podcast.
This is The Right Approach. Welcome back to episode 2. It is very good to be back.
It is very good to be back.
We've lasted more than one episode.
I'm so excited.
Me too. I'm very excited. We've got quite the interesting one this week.
We're kind of all over the place with this one. I kind of like it though.
Yeah, me too. So we've got same segments as last time. We've got conservative win of the week. We're going to be talking about the one and only Brandon Herrera, or the AK guy, and his primary. We're going to be talking about conspiracy theory of the week, Candace Owen's assassination. That is right. You heard me right. I'm sure some of you may have heard of this. We're going to be doing a little bit of a deep dive into this and, just looking into it and seeing what's really going on. For Media Madness, we're going to be doing a Who Said It and some Tennessee drama. I actually haven't read anything about this. That's going to be heard today. And for our main topic, we're going to be talking about the fucked up school system. It's going to be great, guys. Are you ready?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Conservative win of the week, Brandon Herrera. He's running again.
He's running. He ran. He's gone. What's his time?
Probably slower than mine. But Brandon Herrera has officially declared a rematch against Tony Gonzalez for the GOP nomination in the Texas 23rd Congressional District.
Yes.
Now this is a huge news. As of November 25th, filming this about a little less than a week later, he has raised $1.1 million.
That is insane. I wish I had that much money.
For the primary, surpassing his total from the 2024 race, giving him a big war chest with more than 3 months left before the primary. It is huge to have this much money this far out from the primary.
It is. It's insane. And the primary is in March. Is that correct?
It is.
It is in March. So he's got plenty of time to raise even more money. And I think he's going to blow this thing out of the water. And from what we can see from last year's results, this could be one of the first major conservative wins of like the century. This could be bigger than Trump winning again.
That is true.
We'll see.
He's positioning himself as the hard right challenger. He's emphasizing gun rights. No surprise there.
Shocker.
Border security, smaller government, and real conservative values. In announcing his bid, he criticized Gonzalez for votes tied to gun control and what Herrera calls government outreach. Or overreach, sorry. The primary is March 3rd, and it's already shaping up as a high-stakes rematch. In the Republican Party for the primary, we have Herrera, Gonzalez, and at least one other Republican contender, Susan Story Rubio, on the ballot for the 23rd district, and the primary could again be very competitive. Herrera narrowly lost to Gonzalez in the runoff by roughly 1%, which is just a few hundred votes. Mm-hmm. Even as a front runner among hard right voters, Herrera's past social media behavior as a firearms influencer has drawn criticism. I couldn't tell you why. He's a great guy.
People just don't like guns.
That's just true. The 23rd district is large and diverse. It stretches from San Antonio to El Paso, so we're talking about the left side of the state, which means voter turnout, geographic base, and district issues will all matter, not just social media popularity or campaign money. Why this race matters. The 23rd district is considered a battleground within the GOP. It's a race between more moderate Republicans and very hard right-leaning conservative Republicans. Mm-hmm. If Herrera wins the primary, his rise demonstrates how social media influence and fundraising, hardline messaging can reshape House politics, particularly in the swing or mixed districts. This race could set tones for other primaries, especially in districts where gun rights, border security, and anti-establishment messaging resonate.
So Brandon Herrera is pretty much just your average American citizen. He's by no means average at all, though. That just so happened to not like some things that his congressman was doing and decided to run against him, just for the hell of it. And yeah, he did have a little bit of money saved up on his end from doing YouTube, and he had a little bit of a step there. But this just goes to show that anyone can do this. You don't have to have any sort of government background whatsoever. And you can run for Congress, and you could almost win by 1%, and then go on to possibly even win. So anyone can do this. This is amazing.
This is amazing.
And you should absolutely go follow Brandon Herrera on all social media platforms, including Brandon Herrera-B-side for his updates on his campaign on YouTube. Go follow him, please. He's a wonderful man, and I would love to meet him personally. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Conspiracy Time.
This situation blew my mind.
Me too.
Because it was really late. Literally. It was really late.
Bad joke.
And I got a random text from this dude that said, "Oh my God," and then sent me a picture of this, and I about had a stroke.
It was like 11 o'clock, and I was like, you are never going to believe this. I've been doing some digging into this. And we had already talked about this, and she knew about the situation. But we did not realize how deep this went and just how real this stuff gets.
And how insanely uncovered it is by the media.
Exactly. So I've linked pretty much all the posts and the threads that Candace made, including some other ones. We'll pull up some pictures here and there. But I'm going to go through kind of a timeline of how this all went down. So starting off November 22nd at 1:28 a.m. Eastern Time, and this is all going to be Eastern Time, Candace Owens posted this tweet on X, claiming that the French government had put a hit out on her. She said, 2 days ago, I was contacted by a high-ranking employee of the French government. After determining this person's position and proximity to the French couple, I've deemed the information they gave me to be credible enough to share publicly in the event that something happens. In short, this person claims that the Macrons have executed upon and paid for my assassination. I do not know who in American government can be trusted, since this source claims our leaders are aware. That is an absolute bombshell of something just to randomly drop one day.
I'm not gonna lie, I read that, and in my head I went, has she gone manic?
Me too, I'm not gonna lie.
I was like, after all of this, after her close friend Charlie dying, after all of this going on with her finding out Israel could be behind the whole thing, I was like, I think she's gone manic.
From an outside perspective, it did seem at this point in time, and even like a day or so after this, that she was insane. But the more you look into this, it just gets wild. So this seems pretty hard to believe. There are so many questions, like where did this all come from? Why would the Macrons want Candace dead? And we can answer a few of those, actually. Candace has openly talked about and done a deep dig into the conspiracy that it's either Brigitte or Bridget Macron, is actually a man. And this one, I actually love this conspiracy. I think it's hilarious. And it's kind of believable, the evidence put forward. But that might be another one for a different time. But it got to the point that Bridget sued Candace for defamation, which is still an active case that is going on right now. Meaning that Mrs. Macron will have to submit estrogen and testosterone samples
That's crazy.
to the court to clear all this up. So that will be very interesting. Although I highly doubt that Candace will get away with this.
I didn't know you could sue people in other countries.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I mean, if you're part of the French government, I guess you can do whatever the hell you want.
That is true.
Anyway, the Macrons clearly think that if the media can't be censored, they may as well censor the reporters. They may as well censor the people. And by that, I mean...
Yes.
Unfortunately. And it's hard to believe, but if you look up French Secret Intelligence Service assassinations, plenty of news articles confirm that this shit is the norm for the French government. And here's a couple pictures. We've got the hit squad of French secret agents hired for contract killing. We've got French intelligence agents charged in alleged murder plot. This is something that is, and this is from like 2020 and 2021. So this shit happens all the time, apparently, and no one knows about it. So we're moving on. November 23rd, 11:04 a.m., Candace tweeted this. I'm told that the payments for assassinations are running through the Club de Sang in France. This means there is a paper trail, and I encourage the patriots of France to do what you can to uncover it. I would like again to stress that there was a French female assassin, but also a male Israeli assassin that were selected to kill me. These are joint state operations. What the hell is Club de Sang? So a little bit of French background. Club de Sang just means the club of 100. And it is quite literally a group of 100 rich dudes that get together every week to enjoy food. That's it. Together as they all indulge in gastronomy, which is the study of relationship between food and culture. I just learned about this the other day, when I was doing my research on this.
That sounds like some rich people shit.
It sounds like some rich French people shit. I'm not shocked at all. But obviously, maybe there's something behind this. I don't think that a bunch of rich dudes really would actually just get together to eat food together. Is something else going on? Could this really be a secret society that possibly funnels money illegally? Money laundering, issues, hits, what else? What's going on here? So this club seriously needs to be looked into by outside governments. Why not the French government? Well, because if all this is true, the government is corrupt and compromised. And obviously the government is corrupt. It can't stop collapsing. I mean, as of October 2025, the government collapsed 3 times in less than a year. So, shocker there. Anyway, Candace later reposted this tweet from Freddie Ponton, and I'm not entirely sure that this person's credibility and who they are, but they did a little bit of research into the Club de Sang, and pop up the picture of the screenshot of the tweet. You can read through it if you want. But my favorite quote from this post is honestly the part that I cannot agree more with, and it says, "But let's not be naive. When industrialists, politicians, wealthy individuals, and top French company leaders meet, they don't just speak about food." I mean, shit, you got me there. When a bunch of rich people meet up, they're talking business. They're not talking about food.
Always.
It's always business. It's always how can we further our own gain and not the economy or our people. No. How can I gain wealth for myself? That's it.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about food. I'd love to talk about food. But if I'm getting together with some rich people, I want to make connections. I don't want to talk about food. Moving on. November 23rd, 8:44 p.m. Candace posted this. I've informed people in the federal government and the White House of the France and Israeli assassination plot and am willing to provide full details as well as the name of the assassins and international accounts in France and Canada through which money was exchanged. Beyond that, I've shared more information with the public regarding the Bridget story I was investigating at the time of Charlie's assassination. This is all available on my Instagram stories. Thank you all for reaching out and praying for my family. First, I just want to say, Candace, we are absolutely with you. We are praying for you. Our prayers are with you. Our thoughts are with you. Please be safe. France and Israel weren't enough. Now Canada, of all people, are getting involved. But let's not be too surprised, as charming as the Canadians are, they are pretty well known for their war crimes, in World War II. Look it up. It's great. Not hilarious, but, pretty interesting stuff. I personally would love to know the names of these people, but let's be real here. If the Club de Sang is what we think it might actually be, this could very well be the French predecessor to the Epstein files. I mean, I say release the Club de Sang files.
I
think we should release the names, release the files. I mean, the fact that we are watching a modern day Epstein file case happen in front of our eyes, that's pretty crazy.
I think that's wild.
To think that this was a decent amount of time ago now, and we have heard nothing. I mean, today's the 30th of November, as of recording this.
It is.
And this was all being posted the 23rd. And this supposedly all happened around the 20th of November. So it's been over 10 days. And we've heard nothing. absolutely nothing from mainstream media or even the president. A possible and fairly believable, mind you, assassination attempt was made on an American citizen for having an opinion, and our own president won't even acknowledge it.
I think it's crazy because he was such a close friend of Charlie, and Trump was really close to Charlie.
Absolutely.
And she's diehard conservative. So you would think this would be getting covered by at least Fox.
I wish. And she's not like some extremist like Nick Fuentes. I love Nick Fuentes.
We love Nick Fuentes.
But she's not on that level. She definitely goes into the conspiracy theories. But she's the kind of person that you would expect some heavy support from people in government, including the president, including, J.D. Vance even maybe. And it's just so shocking to hear nothing at all. It's wild. I want to know why. What is up with that? Why is no one talking about it? Is there something government officials are trying to cover up? Possibly. It's definitely a consideration. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. Moving on. November 24th, 10:18 a.m. Candace posted this. When everything is said and done and the public learns that Macron allegedly moved $1.5 million from my assassination, how will the world respond? Now, I personally don't know anything about putting a hit on anyone. I've never done it myself, and I don't really plan on doing it. But now we have an alleged number. Again, alleged. And let's not forget that all of this is pure speculation, as nothing can 100% be confirmed. So let's not jump to any conclusions. We're allowed to jump to conclusions because, that's our job. But we now have the worth of an innocent human life in today's day and age. And it's not much if you ask me. Nothing, absolutely nothing can match the worth of an innocent human life. No matter what you think of someone, no matter their stance on any certain topics, no matter what they say, do, no matter who they vote for, no matter what they are yapping about, it doesn't matter. Now, plenty of keyword innocent here. There are plenty of non-innocent people that do deserve the worst. They do deserve the death penalty, and I stand by that. I stand by the death penalty for certain people.
I do too. And
there have been recently, I'm sure y'all have heard of the two National Guard guardsmen that were shot and killed. That Afghani nationalist that shot them 100% deserves the death penalty. And as far as I'm concerned, President Trump believes the same. He has openly said and posted on X that this Afghani nationalist deserves the worst possible punishment. But that's a topic for another day, so let's continue. Now we get into the real juicy stuff. Candace reposted something by General Mike Flynn, the former National Security Director during Trump's first term as president. And he said, there is plenty of truth to all these accusations. That is insane to me. The former National Security Director is
wild.
Saying that this shit is real, that this is probably true? What? I want to know why he believes that. I want to know where he's getting his information, because he has sources that say that this is true. Probably more credible maybe more credible sources than Candace. I'm not discrediting her sources at all. But the former National Security Director, I fully am inclined to believe what he says. I mean, when I first saw this, it was the first time that I genuinely thought, oh my God, this actually may be real. Like, this could be something that could turn into a national security threat. And this is not to say, again, that I didn't trust Candace in the first place, but it is certainly hard to believe. It is certainly a hard thing to believe. But now it's becoming more and more clear that this is a real threat, not only to Candace, but to every American citizen. You should be scared. You should be afraid. Because it has become clear that our government no longer cares for us. They don't care if some random French and Israeli person assassinate you. It doesn't matter. Then, if it couldn't get any more insane, On November 25th at 7:09 a.m., Candace posted this. Our show will be off air this week. As an update, both the White House and our counterterrorism agencies have confirmed receipt of what I reported publicly. Emmanuel Macron attempted to organize my assassination per a source close to the first couple. Also, I will again state that the French legionaries were involved in Charlie Kirk's assassination, but they did not act alone. For all of you who doubted my claims, you can now look to the President of the United States and our intelligence communities to issue a statement to confirm whether I am telling the truth. I cannot make this up. How could anyone possibly make this up? The White House and unnamed counterterrorism agency have acknowledged this as something to be possible and will now hopefully investigate it. A lot of people are saying, well, they're just acknowledged. They didn't confirm anything, so it's not real. Candace is just paranoid. I mean, yeah, you're partially right. Candace has every right to believe these things, and quite honestly, I believe them myself. A big reason that if the big reason being that if the U.S. government genuinely thought that Candace was just insane and there was no threat, they would never have acknowledged her. But since they did, this was their way of saying, oh shit, we need to look into this. We cannot scare the American people, and we need to be quiet about this. Well, guess what, people? Now you know about it, so it's time for the president to say something. It's time for our government to speak out on this and acknowledge it publicly. It's time for the FBI, the CIA, anyone, someone to say something about this. They cannot just leave us in silence, not forever. And that is where the trail goes cold. That is where everything we know to date, as of now. We have not heard anything else yet. But when we do, trust that we will be here to let you know about it. We aren't going away anytime soon.
We are not.
Anytime soon. We are here for a very long time. You cannot get rid of us. Candace, our prayers are with you, and we are with you. Please stay safe. We love you.
We do love you. Okay, time for Media Madness. Don't look at this. Don't look at any of it.
Hold on. Where's my mouse? Ah! Okay, all right, there we go. Not looking at it.
So,
I'm excited for this.
For Media Madness, I gotta turn my computer so he can't see it. Okay, so we are going to do two different things. Who said it, and this small town Tennessee issue that we got going on.
Before we do that, we're gonna give a quick update on everything that we talked about last week, which was the Dearborn, Michigan incident with the Islam invasion. I do need to pull it up, but I think I can. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So, following these, the assassination of the two National Guard members that I mentioned by the Afghani nationalist, the Muslim community in Dearborn, Michigan, have started marching and protesting, calling for a revolution against America. And here's a video clip that we'll show really quickly. That's asleep. I don't want to be woken up by a couple of Muslim idiots screaming Antifada revolution, American revolution. Like what? No. If you have a problem with our government and our here, if you have a problem with us, get the hell out. We don't want you here. I said this last time. Get out. We don't want you here as much as you don't want to be here. Anyway, please continue.
We talk about a lot of dark, depressing topics on this show.
We do.
So I'm gonna have a little bit of a lighter segment. Okay. Who said it? Mm-hmm. Quotes from Mr. Kennedy.
From JFK RFK Jr.
No.
No?
There. I don't know if you've seen it. I almost sent one to you, but then I realized I might give myself away here. This man, right here, is a congressman in the House.
Me?
No.
Oh.
Man, you are not a congressman. Yet.
I might be one day. That'd be fun.
He says he's very conservative, kind of old, like the rest of us, but he has no filter. and he says some outlandish things.
Really? Okay.
So,
oh, this will be interesting.
You're gonna see. I'm gonna say a quote, and you're gonna tell me, did an actual U.S. politician say this, Mr. Kennedy, or did I find it online somewhere?
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, this will be interesting.
Number 1, if you hate police officers, next time you're in trouble, call a crackhead.
Okay. Given the circumstances, I would normally say you found that online. I'm going to say Kennedy said that.
Kennedy did say
Kennedy did say that. Okay, cool, cool.
We don't need more gun control. We have an idiot control problem.
Kennedy again.
Kennedy again.
Kennedy again.
If common sense were a currency, Washington would be bankrupt.
I think I've heard that quote. I'm going to say you found that online.
I did find that online.
Ah!
So far, we're 3 for 3.
I'm good at this.
The government spends money like Monopoly bills work at Walmart.
That sounds like something Kennedy would say.
No, I found it online.
You found that online? Okay. Okay, damn.
I don't know why we give money to countries who hate us. They should be able to hate us for free.
I love that quote. Wow. Random person?
Kennedy.
Kennedy.
Kennedy said it at a news conference.
At a news conference? All right. What a guy. I love him.
There's more drama in Congress than a teenage group chat.
Kennedy?
No.
No!
Random person.
Damn. Oh, man, oh, no, this is not good. Okay, I gotta lock in here.
I've seen more logic in a hangover than I have in some floor speeches.
Kennedy?
Kennedy. You can call a town hall, but you can't call common sense.
Random person.
Random person.
Yes.
Okay. We have 2 left.
Okay, here we go.
One is Kennedy. One's a random person.
Okay. Give them both to me.
Okay. It appears that he might do the right thing, but only when he's supervised and cornered like a rat. Or passing a law you don't understand is like signing a contract in crayon.
Ooh. I feel like that second one would be something Trump would have said about Biden. So I'm going to say the second one is not Kennedy.
You would be right.
Hey, let's go!
I kind of love that quote. It appears
Me
he
too.
might do the right thing, but only when he's supervised and cornered like a rat.
That is hilarious. I
He was
love
talking
that.
about Chuck Schumer.
Of course. Shocker.
I don't know why we give money to countries who hate us. They should be able to hate us for free.
That is probably my most favorite quote. I think I will be using that in the
Okay.
near future. I love that.
Now to my Media Madness thing.
Yes.
This shit is up the wall. But I want your authentic reaction.
Again, I have not heard anything about this. She just did this, and this is my first time reacting to it, so I'm excited.
As we know, I am from Tennessee. Mm-hmm. I'm from rural East Tennessee. Mm-hmm. My town, for recognition, Kingsport, Tennessee, has a population of 50,000 people.
Okay.
Itty bitty.
Okay.
Little small town.
Yeah.
You mainly have people over 65 and like younger than 30. That middle section's kind of
Yeah.
eh. But we are a high traffic area for people moving from New York, California,
Really?
those states.
Okay.
Kingsport, Tennessee is in the middle of the mountains. Places don't have cell service. Shit's wild. Mm-hmm. However, in the last 6 months, this small town in East Tennessee has been on national news
Really?
at least 4 different times.
How have I not seen this?
A lot of people aren't paying attention for it. However,
Goes to show.
someone that grew up there for 18 years,
Yeah. You tend to pay attention to that kind of stuff.
we got 4 things. One is just up the wall bonkers. It has nothing to do with politics, but I'm going to mention it because it's fucking funny. First thing, the No Kings protest.
Uh-huh. I've seen those. I've seen
Scrolling
those.
on TikTok as one of those. I come across the video. It's a CBS video. I don't follow CBS. It's on my For You page, probably because it had my hometown in it.
Yeah.
And it is a CBS reporter talking about how this small town in East Tennessee, which has swung right for centuries,
Yep.
had a huge No Kings protest.
Weird.
I'm going to show you this video.
And again, small town, rural Tennessee. This is like deep south.
Yes, it is. Like, everyone that works in my hometown pretty well works at 3 places. The plant, because we have Eastman Chemical Company. BAE, one of the plants, works at the hospital, or is a teacher.
Yep.
Pretty much, those are your
options.
Those are your options.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you this video. This is actual footage.
That's crazy. That's a lot of people.
Oh, just wait.
Oh my god, it goes on forever.
Yeah. Like,
Holy cow. That goes on for probably at least a mile or two. That's crazy.
we have a street in Kingsport. It's called Center Street. It starts in downtown. It goes through the heart of the city. Right in front of what you just saw was my high school.
Wow. Okay.
So it is high traffic area. Everyone knows that street. People were lined from the start of Center Street till after the high school.
Holy cow. How many miles do you think that is?
4.
4 miles of people that just randomly appeared that in very conservative deep south Tennessee.
Yep.
Where did these people come from?
Oh, I'm about to tell you.
Oh, I'm excited for this.
So the No Kings protests are part of a nationwide movement organized by activists under the banner of individualism and allied groups. It comes from the core slogan, "No thrones, no crowns, no kings." It's intended to express opposition to what protesters view as an authoritarian tendencies in the government, especially under Donald Trump and his administration. As part of the June 14th, 2025 national wave of No Kings protests, and in October, which you saw in the video, a demonstration was organized in Kingsport, Tennessee by local chapters of individualism and a group called TNVA United. For reference, as you saw on the map, you may not know, our town sits about an hour away from the North Carolina border, and my house is walking distance from the Virginia border.
Right.
So we sit literally in the corner. So it is a statewide group with Virginia. The protest aimed to rally locals to push back against policies from the Trump administration, particularly those seen as undermining democratic norms, immigration fairness, and checks and balances. Organizers reportedly hoped for a turnout in the thousands, reflecting strong local discontent. The event was described as peaceful, with attendees carrying signs and voicing concerns over authoritarianism, civil rights issues, and broader social policies. They wanted thousands of people. We got a head count. There were almost 3,000 people
Holy shit.
in this protest.
That's a lot.
Including the majority of my high school graduating class.
Really? Damn. Now, all things considered, this town is what, 50,000 people? So 3,000 out of 50,000, not really that much. But when it's mostly young people,
You would think. I got sent videos from my sister of 70, 80, 90-year-olds in
jeez.
wheelchairs
Oh my
sitting
God.
out there with signs, just sitting there.
What, okay. In all fairness, they probably have nothing better to do with their retired lives. Like, they hear about something going on downtown, they're like, oh, I want to participate. And it's a reason for them to get outside for them, maybe. But still, that's insane.
Okay, the next two things are active going major situations. By the time this comes out, we might have updates on it. I will keep you guys updated. So, basics of this case. We have this guy. His name, I gotta make sure I get the name right, because I call him something different. So, we have this guy whose name is Coach Turner. We'll call him Coach Turner, because that's what I know him as, Coach Turner. Coach Turner is the football coach for the neighboring school district to mine. So you got Kingsport City Schools on one side of where I went to school, of the state line, touches the state line. Wise County Schools touch the other state line. We don't play each other, obviously, because state line.
State line, yeah.
But we are known to randomly have a game with them for morale purposes.
Just for the hell of it, yeah.
He is the head football coach at Union High School in Big Stone Gap, Wise County, Virginia. On November 20th, state agents from the Virginia State Police planned an interview at Turner's home, but when they arrived, he was gone. Gone. Vanished out of fucking nowhere.
A little weird.
He was promptly listed as a missing person. That's all we knew.
I remember you telling me about this.
That's all we knew.
Yeah.
He was gone. And I was like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I will get to that.
Because didn't you just randomly one day when we were working out, you were like, oh shit, this guy I knew from my hometown just went as a reporting person.
Yeah.
Reported as a missing person. There we go.
Now, the crazy shit. On November 25th, 5 days ago, Virginia State Police announced why they were going there. On 10 counts for Coach Turner, 5 counts of possession of child pornography, and 5 counts of using a computer to solicit a minor.
Oh no, that's not good.
He is now, as of today, considered a fugitive, and authorities are urging anyone with information about his whereabouts to contact the police. As of the latest public reporting, no physical has arrested or made, and Turner remains at large. He is gone.
As of now.
As of now. His family has stated on Facebook, which, you know, it's my hometown, I'm going to see it, that he did leave with a gun.
That's not good. So he's armed and dangerous, possibly.
I'll tell you what I think.
Okay.
The disappearance and charges come in the middle of Union High Schools, which is insane, undefeated season.
Jeez.
A moment of high community visibility for the team. This is not normally what happens. Normally, they suck ass.
Fair enough,
they've had an incredible season.
He had a little extra motivation, if you know what I'm saying.
The timing during a playoff run shocked my entire community. And allegations are going wild on Facebook mom groups. Not gonna lie.
Shocker.
The school district, Wise County Public Schools, placed Turner on administrative leave and barred him from school property pending the investigation.
As they should.
I think he took the gun, and we live in the middle of Tennessee. What's in the middle of Tennessee?
Nothing.
Fuck ton of woods.
Yep.
You know what I think?
He went out and shot himself?
Oh, 100%. They're going to find him in the woods somewhere.
I would fully believe it. I would also consider the possibility that he ran away to a different state and is on the run and is going to go start a new life in Montana or in the Canadian outback and live his life on a homestead. That'd be pretty funny. But child pornography is no joke. That is some serious shit. If he gets caught, he will go to jail for a very, very long time. And if the people in jail find out about it, he will be killed. So, you know.
Then we have something that happened just literally a week ago today, which shocked the crap out of me. In the early morning hours of last Sunday, November 23rd, the police responded to a shooting at the home on the 100 block of Lily Street in Bristol, Tennessee. Bristol, Tennessee is part of the Tri-Cities region. We're kind of known as being a little bit of a triangle of 3 different cities. You have Kingsport, which is more of your like We still have infrastructure. We're kind of what people imagine as like the southern city. Like we're called the model city.
Yeah.
You have Bristol, which is kind of redneck.
To say the least.
And then Johnson City, which is our like kind of like our version of Atlanta.
Okay, fair enough.
So we're all within a 20-minute drive city to city, so
right.
Tri-Cities. Officers found 3 people shot. Which is wild. It's a small town in East Tennessee. What the hell?
Yeah.
2 of them, Dante Wright, 20 years old, and Lexi Coleman, 21, were pronounced dead at the scene, shot assassin style. What the fuck? Lily, or not Lily, Lexi, was a cheerleader at our local college.
Really?
At our Christian college.
Okay.
A third person, 22-year-old Kevin Coleman, was critically wounded and transferred to the hospital. As of the latest updates, he remains hospitalized in serious condition. This was out this morning, I checked. Authorities have identified 18-year-old Elijah Khalil Campbell from Bristol as a suspect. According to police, he surrendered to officers, turning himself in shortly after the shooting. He's charged with multiple counts, including 2 counts of first-degree murder for the rest of Lexi and Dante, attempted first-degree murder for Colin, as well as aggravated burglary, tampering with evidence, and reckless endangerment of habitation.
Jeez.
As of the latest public update, police are still investigating the motive and seeking any additional information or witnesses. Authorities have asked community members to come forward. This shit's made national news. Do you know what didn't make national news?
What?
Hurricane Helene.
Really?
So if you're unaware, there was a hurricane that hit Florida. And what usually happens where we're sat in the geographical landscape, we normally get the very, 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 very tail end of hurricanes.
Yep.
We're talking like it rains.
Yep.
Like a normal day. So we're expecting this to happen. That is not what happened. The hurricane went up through Georgia and quite literally sat on my hometown.
Yep.
And it completely devastated Western North Carolina, Southeast Virginia, and Northeast Tennessee, where I'm from. Completely devastated. I went to bed promptly. I will put a picture of what my house looked like before hurricane and what my house looked like after the hurricane. I went to bed. I was home alone.
Really?
Home alone. I wake up in the middle of the night to this big freaking bang. I wake up in the morning. There's a fucking tree blocking both my driveways. But did that make national news?
Nope. I mean, it kind of did, but not in the sense that you want it to.
No, and also, we did not get funding. We still have not gotten funding to fix this whole shindig. There's part of the interstates that are still down. These are low-income communities. Like, there were legit trailers floating down the streets. Like, 6-foot deep water in some places. Because if you think about it, we're the worst place to get hit with a hurricane. The mountains. So it all goes
down into the valleys.
And then it just keeps going. On top of that, why do you think that this small, very, very, very conservative town is all of a sudden having insane crime rates? This just happened in the last 2 weeks. We have a head football coach who's now a fugitive. We now have 2 college students dead, shot assassin style, and we got this No Kings protest that made national news. Why do you think this is all coinciding?
I don't know. Why?
I have a theory.
Okay, let's hear it.
A lot of people are moving from Democratic states to Tennessee because they would want a less busier lifestyle.
Right.
Tennessee happens to be close to very key points. Kingsport happens to be very close to some key points. We are an hour away from Knoxville.
Okay.
We are an hour away from Asheville, North Carolina. 2 hours away from Charlotte. We have an airport in our town. We're really close to both state lines. It's like 4 hours from the beach if you want to go to Myrtle Beach, but I don't know why you want to go there. But like all of these new Democratic people who want a less busy lifestyle are now moving to this little small town in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And fucking it up.
So there's a good chance that Democrats are the reason for crime rates. I wouldn't be surprised. Democrats cause problems.
So this town that's known for Bristol Motor Speedway, known for classic cars, known for quiet southern model city,
Yeah.
is now
Making national news with multiple, like, crazy shit. That's insane.
I think it's wild. And guess what? It's not getting covered by the media. Like, oh yeah, this small town, this just happened. Why is it happening?
They don't care about why it's happening. They just want to show you what's happening. That this place is crazy. This place is bad. You shouldn't go here. But no, it's never been like this. It's only been like this for the past couple of years, maybe.
Yeah.
And only recently has it gotten so much worse. They don't care about that part. And they don't want to give a reasoning to why. Because they don't want to do the work. But we'll do the work. We'll do the research. We're happy to.
I think it's insane.
That is pretty crazy. You know what I think? I think it is time for our main topic.
I love our main topic.
I'm pretty excited for our main topic.
I have opinions about this one.
You have a lot of opinions on this. Now, you've done a large majority of this. So I'll let you speak on it. I've only done a couple things here. I'm gonna talk more at the end. But would you like to go ahead and start us off? Once you pull it up.
I'm struggling. Leave me alone. Okay. I think we should talk. So we're talking overarching education.
Modern education and school systems. And what is wrong with them.
Okay. So first off is this topic that I am very, very, very passionate about.
I don't know if you should phrase it like that. Maybe opinionated on.
I'm very opinionated on. And it is sex ed getting taught in schools. Specifically, when and what.
I am very passionate about sex ed.
Okay, so in the United States, there is no, I tried. I've tried so hard to give the United States of America the benefit of the doubt. They failed.
Yep.
Miserably.
Shocker.
There is no federal requirement that public schools teach sex education. It is straight up to each state or local school district to decide whether to offer it, and if yes, there's not even a framework. So if you're gonna teach it, this is what you teach. No! You teach whatever the fuck you want to teach.
Yeah.
Because of that decentralization, there is a fuck ton of inconsistency. Some students never get taught. Some get minimal information, and others get more like overarching and detailed lessons.
Yep.
In 2025, a review found that only 37% of states require that school-based sexual education be medically accurate.
That's
so
crazy.
what? The other, what? I can't even. 63% of the government or other states just say it can be medically accurate if you want it to be.
That's insane. So they just gave them permission to straight up lie.
Legitimately.
Pretty much.
So, meaning in many places, the info is either completely outdated, incomplete, or influenced by straight up ideology. Many schools begin sex ed in the 5th grade.
That is far too young.
I, personally, in small little conservative East Tennessee, got the sex ed taught in 4th grade.
That's too young. I got it in 5th grade, I think. And now, granted, that is when most people are going through puberty.
That is true.
4th grade, little too young.
I was like 9.
You were 9?
I was 9.
But that would be around, oh God, how old was I? I have no idea. I thought I was like 13, but maybe not.
There's no way.
No, I must have been younger.
Because I was 5, kindergarten, 6, 7, 8, 9. I was 9.
18, 15.
Because I was 18 I was 17 when I graduated.
14, 13. I would have been 11. That's pretty crazy. That's a little crazy.
Often.
I think that's a little too young, personally.
In the early. Because I did get retaught in 7th grade.
Yep.
But you're often at the 4th grade level. I'll get into more about what. Kind of this is what I was taught. You're covering puberty, basic biology, and maybe disease prevention. However, even among those who receive sex ed, what's taught and when varies widely depending on region, school district policies, community values, and local laws. Mm-hmm. Now we get into the what's taught situation.
Before we do that, really quick, I just want to call out and say something. Some of these articles are from Boston University, and they have popped up recently in our last podcast from our trans talk as our main topic. As a Transgender Day of Remembrance, they held a memorial and flag installation in 2024. I had very strong opinions on this last episode because I claimed that my parents went there and it was a Jesuit school. I am wrong. It is not a Jesuit school and my parents did not go there. They went to Boston College, not Boston University. So I just want to clear that up, get that off my chest. My parents are probably watching this. I'm sorry about that. BU is very different from BC. BC is very Catholic and they would never do that. Moving on. Sorry, go ahead. What's taught?
On to what's taught, yeah. There are 2 different main groups that school districts fall into.
Okay.
When it comes into sex ed. They strictly teach abstinence. Mm-hmm. Or they / abstinence preferred, or what is considered comprehensive sex education.
Uh-huh.
My school, we were taught
comprehensive
abstinence.
Oh. Was it a Catholic school by any chance?
No.
It wasn't?
I went to public school.
I'm shocked.
We were taught
okay.
abstinence or you're going to get pregnant at 14. That was legit. That was it. That was all we were taught.
I went to Catholic school and shockingly, I think we were taught a little bit of both.
I was straight up taught abstinence.
If you have sex, you'll die.
Basically. So, comprehensive sex education, or CSE, it's anatomy, human reproduction, puberty changes, information about contraception methods. I can't talk. Condoms, birth control, sex practices.
You're doing great.
STIs, all the things.
Yep.
They also talk about healthy relationships, consent, communication, and even sometimes gender identity or sexual orientation.
We have our opinions on that, we know.
The idea is to provide medically accurate and age-appropriate holistic information so teens can make informed, responsible decisions.
Right.
Many public health organizations argue that CSE has strong benefits. Studies show how it's associated with reduced rates of teen pregnancy and STIs, increased correct use of contraception, and delayed initiation of sex overall.
Which makes sense. I mean, if you think about it from a perspective of parental teachings, if you, for no reason at all, tell your kid, hey, the stove's on, don't touch it. It's the first time you've ever told them that. They don't even know what a stove is. What are they going to do?
Don't fucking touch
They're
the stove!
going to want to touch the stove because they're going to want to know, well, why shouldn't I touch the stove? And they're going to touch the stove and they're going to burn themselves. But if you go at it from a point of, hey, you see this fire? Fire is hot. Like, you know what hot is. If you touch that, you will burn yourself and it will hurt. That's kind of what this is. This is what this is. This is what will happen. And this is why you should be safe because you don't want this thing to happen. Not, you shouldn't do this. You're going to go to hell if you do. Makes sense.
The abstinence only or abstinence preferred programs stress abstinence until marriage as the expected standard,
Just what I said.
often presenting it as the only sure way to avoid pregnancies and emotional consequences.
I love that.
Emotional consequences. They often exclude anything or minimize anything about contraception, condoms, safe sex methods, or present them only to highlight failure rates.
Let me read that again. I'll present them only to highlight failure rates? What do they mean by failure rates?
So, for an example, I was taught straight up, keep in mind this is a slideshow in my classroom, where all of me and all my like guy friends are.
Yep.
And
Well,
they're like,
we got separated into gender when
we didn't.
Oh,
It was,
I'm so
this
sorry.
is what's happening.
I'm so sorry.
We also didn't know. They didn't tell us.
Fair, yeah. Neither
So
did
we're
we.
sitting there, and they literally pull up a picture of a condom on the board. And they said, this doesn't work.
That's crazy.
It doesn't work. It breaks.
Okay.
All the things. And I was like, okay.
It breaks all the time.
And I'm like,
They're not real. They're fake news.
and the messaging tends to focus on morality, long-term commitment, and emotional consequences, responsibility, and discouraging casual, teen hookups. Like,
Which is totally fine, and I totally get that, and I'm
Yeah.
all for that. I hate hookup culture
I
so
hate it.
much.
I hate it, I hate it, I
despise
hate
I
it.
despise everything about it. I despise, honestly, just teens having sex. You shouldn't be doing it in the first place. You get addicted to it, and then you ruin so many relationships because of it. I get it. It's like, it's a fun thing to do. It feels good. Like, I get that. But you're ruining so many relationships.
I hate it. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
But because of those differences, which approach a school strongly affects what teens learn or don't.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem here is if you go and you teach a group full of teenage kids that condoms only break, because you're trying to promote this whole abstinence thing. Hate to break it to you, but they're teenagers. In modern culture, it's gonna happen.
Yep.
Hate to break it to you.
What's interesting is that when I was taught this in 5th grade, they straight up taught us, bare bones basics. Man and a woman get together, they have a baby. This is how it happens. That's it. They didn't tell, because at 5th grade, at 11 years old, they don't need to worry about telling us, hey, you probably shouldn't be doing this, But going down the line, in high school sex ed, they start talking about contraceptives and this stuff, and they start to take a different approach. And those different approaches have different outcomes, and it's very interesting to see from my own perspective how those outcomes affected me and my way of learning all this.
I think that, in my personal opinion, you can't preach abstinence only to a room full of hormonal teenagers.
I completely agree.
It's not gonna fucking work.
Yep.
And the only thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna have a bunch of high school girls pregnant.
Yep.
Because you told them,
Don't touch the hot stove.
yeah, that, and you taught them that contraceptives they don't work because.
So they're not going to use them.
Precisely. And then we got a whole other fucking situation. But even when sex ed is offered, it's often inconsistent. Neighboring school districts even may teach a full CSE, while a nearby may do abstinence only or just skip it.
That's insane.
In many states, instruction is not guaranteed to even be medically accurate.
That part is wild. I feel that this topic should possibly be government mandated and not controlled, but overlooked, so that everyone gets the same sort of, and this is going from public schools, because I know private schools have their own things where they can teach whatever the hell they want to a degree. But for majority public schools, that's where most people go. There should be some sort of, something that they follow, so that everyone learns the same thing. Everyone can see all aspects of this, and not just one-sided, like it's only CSE, only absence. I think it should be a combination of both, because I think that is the best way to teach this.
Yeah, because if you teach absence only, you're going to have a bunch of fucking pregnant teenagers.
And if you teach CSE only, you're not going to get any of the, hey, you probably shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, you're going to fucking regret it later.
You're just going to tell these kids what sex is and that it exists, and then they're going to go and do it. And there's going to be no warning of, don't do it. Don't touch the hot stove. Do not touch the hot stove.
Because you're going to fucking hate it and regret it later.
Yeah.
So, some topics: birth control, condoms, LGBTQ+, consent, healthy relationships are just fucking left out in most cases, especially under the abstinence-oriented curriculums or more conservative areas. This is my most interesting thing that I think I've ever been taught.
Yep.
We did get separated once.
Oh, for what?
We got separated and we got put into 2 different classrooms. The guys went to the gym and, went and did PE, whatever the fuck. The girls get put in the fucking auditorium. We're sitting there, we're like, what the fuck's going on?
Yep.
They sit us down and they say, trigger warning, I kid you not, and hit play on a video. And it's a video of this woman getting beat by her husband. And we're like sitting here, half of us are in some sort of fucking, the middle school relationship, whatever.
Yep.
And we're looking at this TV like, what the hell is happening? Mm-hmm. And they basically shut this video off. And they go, if your boyfriend hits you, tell somebody. And then they just stop. That's it.
That's crazy.
That's all they said.
What a way to traumatize a bunch of middle schoolers. That's insane.
But I find it funny that the guys didn't have to A, see it, B, get taught anything about it. Nothing.
Yeah.
It was just...
From my perspective,
I find it
we
wild.
didn't watch a video like that. We didn't get really much of a talk about, all my life, I've been told, don't hit a woman, ever, under no circumstance, no matter what.
Yeah.
I will never hit a woman, ever, in my life. But we did have relationship talks in high school about, just being in a healthy relationship, what that's like, what it's like to be in a toxic relationship, and how to get out of it. But it was never, maybe the man can be the problem,
Yeah.
I don't know how to put this, but it was never something like that. It was always how to get yourself out of a toxic relationship from the opposite gender.
I personally think my high school experience would have been a whole lot different if they had taught us that.
Yeah.
But it was the only thing that ever got touched relationship-wise was, if your boyfriend hits you, leave.
Yeah.
How do we leave? What do we do? Who do we tell?
Mm-hmm. There needs to be some sort of direction. It's not just tell someone. Okay, who? Who do I tell? Like my teacher, my parents? Like a lot of times, personal experience, I'm a kid. There's a lot of stuff I don't want to tell my parents. There's a lot of stuff I didn't tell my parents. And I suffer the consequences for it. But as a kid, you're scared. You don't want to tell your parents something that you're getting beat. Usually teachers end up finding out about it, and then they have to get the parents involved. But if you just tell a kid to tell someone, they're not going to know who to tell. You need to give them some sort of space, offer a space that they can tell someone, a counselor. Give them the confidence that all of this is confidential and it can be handled confidentially. I think that's the best way to handle it.
Also teaching people, especially in that scenario, like things to look out for before it even gets to that.
I completely agree. Yeah.
Like
warning signs.
All these things, like toxic relationships. I think the best way to go about fixing this problem, because I think it's a fucking problem, but a lot of people don't think about it. Mm-hmm. You talk about teenage pregnancies, but you're like, it's an epidemic, and we're like, but why?
Yeah.
This is why. This is the entire reason why. We need some sort of regulation on when it's getting taught, at least in public schools. What age are you? What are you getting taught? Mixing these two things, like abstinence, you might want to practice that, but like, if you don't, here's the tools that you need to not end up in a fucked up situation.
Yeah.
And then the whole relationship thing, like, you'd probably be saving a ton of people. Also, if we're showing a video of showing the girls, like,
a picture of a man beating on a woman.
Maybe we should show the guys too. Maybe we should do that. Also, like, are we just skipping over the fact that, like, women are abusive?
I was just gonna say,
skipping that entire subject?
Well, in modern day, yeah, no one cares that women beat on men. If a woman beats on a guy, man up. That's the narrative, and that is not a good narrative. It is very bad. Stuff happens. Like, it is okay to, well, it's not okay, but it is fine if you are a guy and you are being abused by your significant other, in the terms of no one looks at you as weak, as lesser, because you're letting this happen. You don't need to just suck it up and man up. You should also go and talk to someone, go and tell a trusted figure, talk to a friend about it. You know, get secondhand information or someone else's perspective on this. So it is okay if that is happening to you as a guy. And it's always the woman. It's always the woman in the bad relationship. And I mean, in all fairness, that's how it used to be. Yeah. But not anymore. Things changed. No. Times have changed. And unfortunately, the narrative has not changed.
I think we need to have a regulation. It needs to be taught. You need to have this conversation on both sides of the aisle. You need to have so many conversations that just aren't happening, or they're getting taught inaccurate information.
And again, I want to restate, I think that this should be government mandated for at least public schools, that this stuff needs to be taught on both sides, specifically for the relationship stuff and for the sex ed, but in a different way and maybe at a little bit of a higher education level, so that these kids can actually understand and not just be like, I'm 11, I want to draw, pretty pictures and do times tables. No, you're too young to be learning about sex then. It should be later.
I think if we actually fix this problem, this whole situation would go down. Yeah. I think we need to fix this.
We'll figure it out.
Something
will happen. Someone needs to do something, and we just need to talk about it more and get the word out there that this is a problem and something needs to be done. Anyway, I think it is time to move on to our next topic on school systems, DEI. Now, not a whole lot to talk about here. DEI, everyone kind of knows about it from what's been going on recently. DEI stands for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. It's an organizational framework that seeks to promote the fair treatment and full participation of all people, particularly groups who have historically been underrepresented, marginalized, or subject to discrimination based on identity or disability. These three notions, diversity, equity, and inclusion, together represent three closely linked values, which organizations seek to institutionalize through DEI frameworks. Pretty much, DEI was good in theory. It helped those who were, like it says here, marginalized or underrepresented, people who, maybe don't have the same privilege, not privileges, but for example, an amputee. an amputee would be given the same opportunities as a regular person would. And it works on paper, but when you put it into actual real-world situations, it doesn't work. It didn't work. It created problems. So in simpler terms, DEI is the reason that the smart white kid didn't get into the school he wanted to, but retarded, crippled Indian whose parents are fresh off the boat did. I mean, it's a little hard because, this person doesn't have the same opportunities that you would or that this other person would. But do they deserve it? Did they earn it? No, not really. They didn't earn it. They definitely didn't earn it. They've done nothing. They haven't contributed anything or worked towards this at all. They're given it because of the color of the skin, because they look different, because they are different. And that's it. And that's baseline what DEI is. And people will try to fight it and say that DEI is good and it does help these underrepresented, marginalized groups. But it's kind of just underlying racism if you think about it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's a basic way to put it. And I want to segue with that into the next topic is CRT, critical race theory. This one is very interesting. So according to the Oxford Dictionary, critical race theory, or CRT, is a set of ideas holding that racial bias is inherent in many parts of Western society, especially in its legal and social institutions, on the basis of their having been primarily designed for and implemented by white people. So basically, white people, without exception, are inherently racist for the sole purpose of them being white. I can't believe that this is a real thing. Like, when I first heard about this, maybe a couple years ago, it blew me away that this was real. I couldn't believe it. Digging deeper into this, it's become a major problem in the fact that I'm sure you've heard non-white people can't be racist. That's the narrative. White people are the only ones that are allowed to be racist because of stuff like CRT. So yes, this definition and this theory are ironically racist themselves. They marginalize white people as a group, which is the definition of racism. And just so you're aware, in case any liberals are watching, I highly doubt it, racism is defined by the Oxford Dictionary as prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism by an individual, community, or institution against a person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group. That is it. Now, unfortunately, the definition does say, hold on, here it is. No, that's it. Typically, here it is. Typically one that is a minority or marginalized. Now,
technically, keyword there.
Technically. The problem is that non-white people have spun this definition to their own liking, and that very last part, typically marginalized minorities. White people are not the minority. We are a very large majority in the United States, at least. And because of that, this topic doesn't, or this definition doesn't apply. Because it doesn't apply to these other people, these non-white people. Because they are the minority. But again, key word, typically. That's not always. And they don't care about that part. They think that it only applies to white people because of that one part. So, according to any non-white person, CRT can't be racist because non-white person cannot be racist. Only white people can be racist, according to these people. Yes, it's stupid. Welcome to our world. This is the reality of things. And nowhere does it say that in this definition that a non-white person cannot be racist. Funny. So CRT is taught in all grade levels, all the way from kindergarten through college. And if you look this up, you will find a heavy amount of information of sources that disagree with this. So many sources say that CRT is not taught in K through 12. It only happens and occurs in colleges. This isn't true. Many people in credible sources will try to say it, but they are trying to cover it up. Schools do teach it, K through 12, but it may be under a pseudonym and hard to find from the untrained eye. One nickname for CRT that I found is social emotional learning. This is a gateway to CRT and allows schools to deny that they are teaching CRT simply because it's under a different name. So if someone asks straight up, is your school teaching CRT? No, they're not. And they're right, they're not. They're teaching social emotional learning, which is the exact same thing. It's ridiculous. But because they have simply changed the name, they can say that they're not teaching this. It's crazy. But don't be easily fooled. Don't be easily fooled. Question everything. Do your own research. That is what we are doing here. We question everything that we read, and we are doing our own research, and we are going beyond confirmation bias. We are going beyond the top headlines that we read from the first search result. This is something that you have to do, that we want people to do. Go beyond. Do your own research. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is episode 2 of the Right Approach podcast. Thank you so much for listening. For those people who have watched both episodes so far, thank you. We love you so much. And we will continue to pump out these episodes. We want to make this into something. We want to turn this into something that people can watch and relate to and feel like they have a voice. So if you want us to talk about something, let us know. We will talk about something. We will talk about anything. We will go there. We will go to places that people don't want to go.
We will talk about anything, but we will talk about our own opinions on it.
Absolutely.
Cannot guarantee we will talk about your opinions on something, but we will talk about the topic.
100%. We'll talk about the truth. What really is happening behind these things. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. And this has been The Right Approach.